What is something that you would never confess to your family? I'm really happy to only see them once or twice a year due to living 3,000 miles away. I just can't stand them. They all gossip and talk it and spin their wheels so much you can't even have a normal conversation with any of them. It's all drama and always has been. I never understood how and why I was so depressed my entire life. Found escapism through alcohol and partying. Since I've lived across the country, I'm sober, have a super awesome family, and I barely ever see them. It's great. Yes, my insides scream at family dinners that my mother, who always said time and time again that she will never turn into her mother, has turned into her mother. Yikes, that's my biggest fear, and my fiancé tells me he sees it happening. Ask him to help you. Point out things that make you seem that way, and also positive support is good, because I assume your mom had some bitterness. My sisters and I have formed a pact. If any of us start exhibiting signs of becoming like our parents, it is the solemn duty of the rest of the sisters to bring that bitch back to reality, or in the event that this fails, execute her. We have all accepted that this is for the greater good. The greater good. That I am about to fail university. I struggle, but can't tell them, because they are proud of me. All I want is to feel loved and secure, but I don't feel that in this family. I feel you. That I was sexually abused by a friend of my mother's when I was about 7 years old. My brother was by a different person, and that is known. There is nothing to be gained. Maybe personally you don't think there's anything to gain, but telling your family and outing whoever did that to you makes it harder for them to do it again to other kids. You didn't deserve what happened to you, and no one else deserves it to happen to them. Even if it's been years, if they are out and free and still have access to kids, it's worth it to say that I don't feel like part of the family. I feel like I don't belong and like I am just a substitute for when my brother isn't around. I don't feel respected or wanted. I feel like my girlfriend's family likes me more than they do, and if I had the funds to, I would have moved out long ago, and they probably wouldn't have seen or heard from me since, apart from maybe Christmas, and that is only because of my cousins. I used to smoke meth. I've been clean for 13 years now, and they'll never know. Good job on 13 years clean. A family member used to live in our home, groomed me and sexually abused me when I was around 12 years old. Not sure about the age. Don't really want to remember. But yeah, I don't think I would ever tell them. I'm not even sure they would believe me. My younger aunt and I almost fooled around when we were kids. We didn't know about each other, and when we both met she was 13, I was 15. As we grew up there was a ton of flirting and sexual tension. It never came to anything, thank God. But we had some intimate conversations around it. Oddly enough, both of us are very close today and have even spoke about how ridiculous the whole thing was. Uncle, niece and aunt, nephew relationships are historically common enough to have an actual term for them: avunculate marriage. Thanks. Now I have a new word with which to make my aunt uncomfortable at Christmas. I really don't enjoy spending time with them. I've been the black sheep since I was a child, and it sucks when the entire family thinks of you as the mean one. Then wonder why you don't have any interest in spending time with them. I'm the picky, selfish, resting bitch-faced black sheep to my family. I will admit I was misbehaved when I was a kid 10+ years ago, but I'm not a child anymore. They just refuse to think of me as any different than I was and keep bringing up the past. Also, it's not picky to not want to eat off of dirty, crusty plates, Dad. That I accidentally got her, my mom, a non-vegetarian hot dog one time. I just didn't think when I was ordering. She thought it was the best veggie dog ever and had a great night's sleep that night. I will take that to the grave with me. That's how you know the kitchen fricked up your gluten-free order. It tastes too good. Every time I've gotten the best whatever at a restaurant, I've paid for it 4 months. Nice try, Mom. The code for price clause to work correctly depends on make, but most modern key code ones use factory code 5,318,008. Heh. I would never tell my grandmother how much of an idiot I think my uncle is. She buries her head in the sand about him. I think you're related to me. And me. I feel this so much. My uncle has been taking advantage of my grandmother for years and years and has drained her finances dry and trashed her beautiful home. But she won't let us speak ill of him ever. How sad I am. Almost any of my thoughts, feelings, and beliefs on anything. I don't think that's really a bad thing. They don't need to know any of that. Damn, that hit me hard. I also try to appear happy to them, even after going through depression in a point of my life, and even when they are explicitly asking me, "Are you happy?" that I handcraft, cast in silicone, nerdy X toys and pay bills with dong money. Do you have a website? 4. Research. It's under construction since I changed workshop, but I'll PM it to you if you're interested. Once it's back up, please. Name checks out. My husband knows, but I am very apathetic and don't feel a lot. I do feel and have feelings, but not the same as other people seem to. I know what I should feel and have learned how to react when I need to, but I tend to truly only feel more extreme emotions, and the rest of the time I am just content or neutral. So that's the word to describe that. Yeah, I think I'm the 2. My extended family thinks I've had no career or salary advancement for 10 years. I play a bumbling idiot with them who just can't catch a break. Reason being, they're a cavalcade of self-inflicted sob stories and GoFundMe grifters. I don't want to be hit up for loans every other week. I'm actually a senior manager at an established consulting firm. If they had a good reason for their misery other than got drunk with the money for bills and didn't pay them, I would help them out. Pretending to be a struggling idiot deflects any attempts at soliciting me for money. Note, I live out of state from them and they don't travel, so I only have to maintain this foolish charade for Thanksgiving and Christmas. My parents are in on it. Plot twist. Your entire family is a bunch of millionaires playing the same con. I like it. Funded. Put it on ABC for 2 seasons, then see if you can get a spin-off. Hi cousin. I see you have showrunner money. Congrats. Mine's sparing like $3,000 I can use for gas. Was raped in elementary school, attempted suicide, have depression and social anxiety. I'm sorry, if you ever want to talk to someone, I'll listen. No judgments, I've been through something similar. I've dropped psychedelics and the old lazy possum was killed in my trip. Now I'm super motivated and hardworking. Fetishes. LOL. Amen to that one. My ultimate secret crush. Your cousin? La cousin's dangerous. I talk to strangers online. And guess what, Mum? I haven't been murdered by a catfish. Yet. That's the spirit. Never give up on your dreams. That can change winking face. I joined the Navy to get away from them. Not because I felt some sort of patriotic duty like they tell people. I liked it. I found a purpose. I got great training that got me the job I have today. But I did it because I hated it at home. Marine here. I feel this. Marines were actually my first choice. Joined in 97. Got out in 05. Glad went with the Navy. I met a random Redditor 4X and quite enjoyed it. That I started fapping every day at age 9. They know. In the worst part of my alcoholism, I tried to overdose on sleeping pills. In the way to the hospital, my mom said it might have been better for everyone if I just did the deed. I haven't forgiven her and I don't know if I can. Understandable. You don't have to forgive her. What she said is something that should never come out of a parent's mouth. So sorry you had to hear that, man. Anything related to peeing? What are you doing, stepbro? Just chasing off those lemon-stealing whores. What about you? Up until about a year ago, I said I would take to my grave that my stepdad molested me for almost 30 years, but I outed the dude 8 months ago. Cheers! I outed mine when I was 34, after again having to go in to have my rectum checked for the millionth time. It's never healed right. I was 9, and after so that part of his family disowned me. Awesome. Assholes. Didn't care about them in the first place. Then my little sister came clean. I knew she got pregnant at 11 years old, but she denied so much about everything. Found out he did it, so her first is from him. Yeah? It's been hell in a handbasket for me since then. Alone 41 years. No kids. No future with anyone. Oh well, I'll just work. I give myself gold on Reddit. You're fine with telling them about the cum and it guzzling? You aren't? He's not on that level with his family yet. I use Reddit. Both of my parents hate me talking to people online because they think I'm going to get kidnapped or raped or something. So I'm not allowed to post, comment, like anything by people they don't know. That's such a silly fear. On an unrelated note, what's your home address? Aha, nice try, FBI. Frick, not today. NSA. I went to a brothel while I was in Germany and it was amazing. My pleasure. Is it like some Voldemort where people with relevant usernames just appear, or is it just luck? The number of times this has happened is insane. In 3rd grade, I cheated on my history exam. In 4th grade, I stole my Uncle Max's toupee and I glued it on my face when I was Moses in my Hebrew school play. In 5th grade, I knocked my sister Edie down the stairs and I blamed it on the dog. When my mom sent me to the summer camp for fat kids and then they served lunch, I went nuts and I pigged out and they kicked me out. But the worst thing I ever done, I mixed a pot of fake puke at home and then I went to this movie theater, hid the puke in my jacket, climbed up to the balcony and then, I made a noise like this, hua 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 hua, and then I dumped it over the side, all over the people in the audience. And then, this was horrible. All the people started getting sick and throwing up all over each other. I never felt so bad in my entire life. I'm starting to like this kid. I had to read a huge chunk of this before I realized it was a quote. My mom set me up with one of her nurse co-workers and a few months later I had to go halfsies on an abortion. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed the video, please smash the like button and leave a comment which story you liked the most. Subscribe and hit the bell notification for updates on our latest videos. And don't forget to check the links in the description box for more awesome content.